Okay. Pledge of allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, folks, if you would just turn your cell phones either to silent or turn them off as not to disturb the meeting. And Sarah, if you would do the roll call.
Councilman O'Flaherty. Councilman Castillo. Councilman Bazio.
Here.
Councilman Hoppenstead.
Here.
And Supervisor DePew.
Present. Thank you, Sarah. Okay, first on the list, I'd like to make a motion not to read the minutes from the previous meeting, October 1st.
I'll second that.
Have a motion on the floor not to read the minutes for the meeting from October 1st with a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carry. I'd like to make a motion to accept those minutes from October 1st.
Second.
Have a motion on the floor to accept the meeting minutes from October 1st, 2025 with a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? So carry. Thank you. First thing we have here, a couple of additions. Just a couple of additions here. We have the website. We're switching over to .gov for our website for the town hall. So just keep an eye on that. It might be a little wonky here and there, but we'll get that back up and running very quickly. Also, the bid for the Veterans Memorial, we put that back out. The first round, we only had one bid. The board decided to put that back out for bid. And on the second round, we did not have any bids, so we expanded our circulation, and that is out now presently. The Building Committee. The Building Committee is going to be meeting on October 22nd here at 6:30 p.m. And we invited the Library Committee to stop in. Excuse me. And at 7 p.m., Tinkleman and Associates will be giving a brief synopsis of where we stand. The other thing, I did receive a letter in my office yesterday, and this is October 13th, 2025. It's dated. And it says, "Dear Supervisor DePew, please accept this letter as my formal resignation as a planning board / zoning board secretary at the town of Plattekill. My last day of work will be October 31st, 2025. I would like to express my gratitude for the opportunity and the experience I have had in the town. I have learned so much and have developed valuable skills that I will carry with me throughout my career. Thank you for the support and your guidance and you've provided me during my career at the town of Plattekill. Sincerely, Janice Stryker." So I received that yesterday, and it is dated October 13th. I'd like to make a motion to accept the resignation and wish her very well. Janice was a great, great worker. Sorry to see her go. So we have a motion on the floor to accept the resignation of our planning / zoning board clerk, Janice Stryker, with a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? So carry. All right, thank you. The next thing, bear with me here. The resignation motion. Number 4 on our reports. I'd like to make a motion not to read the monthly reports.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor not to read the monthly reports with a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? So carry. Just to let the public know that the reports are on the back table as well as in the town clerk's office. You can read them or grab them from the town clerk's office or see them online on our website. And like I said, we will make them available to you. Under business, we do have a stormwater agreement, and this stormwater control facility maintenance agreement, if you guys would pull that out. Very quickly, this is an agreement that is made this 15th day of October 2025 by and between the town of Plattekill, a municipal corporation with the office located at 1915 Route 4455, Modena, New York 12548, the town, and Anthony DeRego and Tina Busey. And these are the owners of a property that is actually being developed as we speak. I'm not going to read this whole resolution, but gentlemen, if you have looked through it, I would like to make a motion to accept this stormwater control facility maintenance agreement.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor with a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? So carry. Also, I would like to have someone make a motion for the supervisor to sign this and get it notarized after the applicants sign and notarize
I make a
and
motion
approve.
Supervisor Depew signs the stormwater control facility maintenance agreement.
All right, thank you. We have a motion on the floor. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion with a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? So carry. Bear with me here. Okay, next on our agenda, we have an EMS discussion with Plattekill, Modena, and Clintondale Fire. Before we go into that discussion, I would like to read a letter that I received today. And it is signed by, well, I'll tell you at the end. So, October 8th, 2025, Plattekill Town Board, Town of Plattekill, 1915, Route 4455, Modena, New York, 12548. And in bold letters, declaration of emergency medical services, EMS, as an essential service in the town of Plattekill. Dear Supervisor and members of the Town Board, we, the Board of Fire Commissioners for the Clintondale, Modena, and Plattekill Fire Districts, respectfully submit this joint letter to urge the town of Plattekill to take immediate action to declare emergency medical services, EMS, as an essential service within the town's jurisdiction. The Clintondale Fire District portion of the town of Plattekill is the only municipality in Ulster County without a designated primary ambulance service for all its residents, creating an unacceptable and dangerous gap in emergency medical coverage. We strongly believe that it is time for the town of Plattekill to formally recognize EMS as an essential public service, equal in importance to fire protection and law enforcement. This declaration will provide a legal and moral foundation upon which future planning and coordination can be built. It will also send a clear message to residents that their health and their safety are priorities of the highest order. We are not asking for a full, built-out EMS system. We are asking the town board to acknowledge the severity of the situation, take the first formal step by declaring the EMS essential, and begin the collaborative planning needed for Plattekill. We are prepared to assist in these efforts by sharing data, offering public presentations, and participating in any planning or working groups established. Together, we can chart a path forward that reflects the urgency of the issue and the value to our community, or of our community. The growing burden on our fire departments is no longer sustainable, and the absence of a primary EMS provider in parts of Plattekill puts lives at risk. By declaring EMS an essential service, the town, in partnership with our fire districts, can begin to address this gap and work towards real, lasting solutions. Our residents deserve no less. Thank you for your time, consideration, and ongoing support of public safety in the town of Plattekill. Respectfully submitted, Clintondale Fire District. This is Raymond Paluzzi, Chairperson. Modena Fire District, Robert Weger, Chairperson. And from the Plattekill Fire District, Brian Stafford, Chairperson. So that is a letter I received today. I have gone to, I believe, 2 meetings, possibly 3 meetings. I think it was 2 and then 1 meeting here. So I am aware of what's going on and the severity of what's needed. But what I would like to do, since Mr. Paluzzi is here, I'm sorry, Raymond, if you'd like to speak or your designee speak, please feel free.
Doug, I think you prepared the letter very eloquently, and I guess we're going to make you our designated spokesperson.
Hopefully I can speak as well as I write. So I'm Douglas Foster, Assistant Chief of the Plattekill Fire District. Tonight, speaking on behalf of the Clintondale, Modena, and Plattekill Fire Districts. As you heard, we've submitted a joint letter. Sorry, my back to the camera. We submitted a joint letter to the town board asking for consideration of EMS as an essential service within the town. The 3 fire districts are requesting that the town formally recognize EMS as the essential service that it is. That will allow us, in its simplest form, to be able to work with the town board and the 3 fire districts collectively to be able to chart a path forward in the planning and preparation of solid and consistent emergency medical services care within the town of Plattekill. Moving forward into 2026, the fundamental resolution that we hope you make tonight will allow the town and the fire districts to work as one solid group, charting that path forward for first response and ambulance service to all residents equally within the town of Plattekill. So with that, we're urging the town board to formally pass a motion recognizing EMS as the essential service that it is across the town of Plattekill. and then we can move forward with kind of planning, preparation, and further work together.
Thank you, Doug. In reading the letter and taking it in, I want to make sure that I'm understanding it accurately. It almost sounds like you want the town to be the lead onto it, and then you would support that, or does the fire departments collectively want to be the lead on that, and then we support you?
So, two of the, as I believe everybody in the room knows, 2 of the 3 fire districts are currently providing ambulance transport capable service to residents of the town of Plattekill. The gap is currently in the Clintondale Fire District portion of the town of Plattekill, where there is no primary ambulance service. However, they have stepped up and are providing the BLS first response component of EMS, which is an incredibly important piece of making this system successful. So what we're looking for is a partnership with the town and the ability to move forward on a larger scale, possibly consolidating or not consolidating, but utilizing all of our resources to better support the town as a whole, and looking at it from that grander picture as opposed to isolated individual organizations. So instead of Plattekill, Modena, Clintondale all working independently, reducing those silos and breaking down those walls, and then venturing into a joint partnership with the town to be able to ensure that all of our residents have equal service.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of value in doing it collaboratively with the town board. I think that most of the folks that are involved have many, many years of experience and knowledge that the town board may or may not have. So I think it's very valuable for us to do it all together and, make it stronger, if you will. But I believe in it. I think it's a very important step. And like I always say, every journey, the first step is the most important, but it has to be taken. And does the town board have any questions at all? Mr. Hoppenstead?
Nope.
Mr. Fazio?
No, not really, because I think I would have to believe what these gentlemen are telling us, and ladies, because I never volunteered. I have absolutely no knowledge of what's going on. Even like, what was the one initial you used, the initials? BLS, I would assume that's basic life-saving, whatever, yeah. So that much I could figure out, but.
Mr. Castillo?
I think it's necessary, and I feel that the town board should declare emergency medical service.
Mr. O'Flaherty?
I concur.
At this time, I would like to make a motion that we recognize that EMS is an absolute essential necessity for the town of Plattekill.
I like to second it.
I have a motion on the floor with a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? So carried. What I would like to do is ask you folks if there's any questions of the town board that you would like to ask.
I think from the 3 fire districts, not at this time, but we look forward to the opportunity to work with you and schedule a meeting probably in short order to kind of set the tone for the beginning of the year, and we can progress from there.
Understood. I think actually January that the anticipation was getting together
As
and
long as
moving
we're all,
forward.
in favor of that, I think that's the goal.
Yes, I think it's a necessity, and I think it's a long time overdue.
Agreed, and thank you for your time. And
Thank you, gentlemen
Thank
and
you.
ladies.
And before you do.
Yep. Yes, absolutely. All right. Next, we have public hearings. I'll give you folks a moment to either stay, move, or whatever you'd like to do. You're welcome to join us and stay, but we understand you're busy. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Take care.
Memorial service? I gotta put that in my calendar.
Okay, we have public hearings. Under number 6, the first public hearing is going to be on a tax cap. I make a motion to open this public hearing. This is for Town of Plattekill, notice of public hearing, introductory law number 3 of 2025. This public notice is hereby given that October 1st, 2025, the Town Board of the Town of Plattekill duly introduced a local law entitled Override of Tax Levy Limit. This proposed introductory law authorizes but does not require the town board to override the limit on the amount of real property tax and may be levied by the town of Plattekill pursuant to a general municipal law number 3-C and allow the town of Plattekill to adopt a budget for the fiscal year of 2026 that requires a real property tax levy in excess of the tax levy limit as defined by the General Municipal Law 3-C. The introductory local law also contains a statement of intent and authority and an effective date of immediately upon filing with the New York State Department of State or sooner if allowed by law. Complete copies of this proposal introductory law are available for inspection and/or reproduction at the office of the Town Clerk, Town Hall, 1915 Route 4455, Modena, New York, 12548, anytime during normal business hours. Additionally, the introductory law is also available for inspection on the Town of Plattekill's website at https:// Town of Plattekill town.plattekill.newyork.us/. Now therefore, pursuant to Section 20 of Municipal Home Rule Law, the Town Board of the Town of Plattekill, New York, will hold a public hearing to receive public comment on this introductory law at the Town Hall, 1915 Route 4455, New York, on October 15, 2025 at 7 p.m. or as soon thereafter as the matter can be heard, at which time all persons interested shall be heard. Persons may appear in person or by agent. Written comments also may be submitted at or before the public hearing. Written comments should be addressed to the office of the Town Clerk of the Town of Plattekill, P.O. Box 45, Modena, New York, 12548, and shall be received prior to and not later than the public hearing. Dated by the order of the Town Board of the Town of Plattekill, Sarah Nelson, Town Clerk, Town of Plattekill. Sarah, have we received anything at the Post Office Box 45 in regards to this?
No.
All right, so I will open this up for public input.
Well, I'll second your motion to open it up.
Oh, I'm sorry. We have a motion, I did do that as a motion. With a second, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? So carry. Okay, folks, this is your time to ask any questions or input. Yes, sir. Just state your name.
Can I just have stand?
You can if you'd like.
Do I have to?
You don't have to.
Okay, sit down. My name is Bob Newkirk. I live in the town of Modena. I've been here since 1958. And I'm trying to understand what this law, what are you actually doing? I heard you reading it, but I don't really understand.
Okay, what happens is there is a tax cap that's set under the law, and it's general municipal law, and it's 3-C. General municipal law, when they set that cap, it's at 2%. So everything, we're supposed to stay under that if at all possible. If there's any anticipation that it may go over, we pass the law. It doesn't mean that we have to go over. It means that we can without any kind of fines or reaction from the state that we would be charged because we didn't abide by that 2% law. So it's a law that allows us to step above that 2%.
So are you saying that's what you're doing?
I'm saying that we're passing a law because the possibilities are always there. And we've done this in the past, and unfortunately, we'll probably do it in the future. Years ago, they never had this law. And this law started probably, I'm going to say it had to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 years ago. But it's a law that tries to keep everybody under that 2%. And in this economy, we know what a dozen eggs go for. You know, it's very hard to pick.
Yeah. So what you're saying is our property taxes are gonna go up? That's what you're telling me?
I'm saying that the potential is that we will go over the 2%. I'm not saying that we have to, and this law does not say that we have to. This law is passed, so we're not fined if we do. So if the town didn't pass this law and they went 2.1%, or they went 3%, or they went 10%, they would be fined if they didn't pass this law because they were supposed to stay under that 2%. So without this law being passed, what ends up happening is the anticipation is the state says, okay, Plattekill, you were supposed to stay under 2%. Why didn't you give notice that the potential was there that you could have went above? And then they give you a monetary fine. And this avoids the monetary fine.
Who gets the monetary fine?
Who gets the New York State, and the town has to pay it.
Okay.
So by passing this law, it alleviates the fact that we will not be fined if we go above that 2%.
I understand that. The question I'm asking now is, if the law, your board is gonna pass the law, not the people. Who's passing the law?
The board. The people have input. You're giving input right now.
I know that, but I'm
Yeah.
saying you just giving input, but you make the.
Yes, the board is ultimately the ones that are responsible for passing the budget. But we're also responsible for passing it responsibly.
Yes.
So we take all information into consideration when we make our decision what we're doing.
Okay. I understand.
Okay? Is there anybody else? Going once? Going twice? Okay, not seeing anyone else, I will make a motion that we close public input.
I'll second it.
I should have given times, correct? Did you write the times down? Good, so you're right, 7:21. So we have a motion to close public input at 7:21 with a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? So carry. That being said, is there any questions, concerns, comments by the board?
No, I understand how it works, so.
All right. So I will make a motion that we proceed and pass the introductory local law number 3 of 2025, and this would be the override of tax levy limit. There's a motion.
Second.
Got a motion with a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? So carry. Okay. Next, we have introductory local law number 4 of 2025. This is a regulation of short-term rentals. Short-term rentals would be your Airbnbs. They would be the rentals. Let me see, Airbnbs. What do they call them? Bed and breakfast,
Yeah.
and something. I believe it's less than 30 days at a time. There's a limit onto it. Okay, so I will make a motion to open public input for the introductory local law number 4 of 2025, regulation of short-term rentals at 7:23 p.m.
Second.
So we have a motion on the floor with a second. All in favor? And opposed? All right, so carry. At this time, any questions, concerns, comments by the public? Yes, ma'am.
Can you break it down into a very short explanation of what this is for?
Okay, so several years ago, the county actually reached out to the town, I think it was in the late teens, and they asked us to identify all the bed and breakfast, all the short-term rentals, and basically they have to follow the codes and the standards. They actually have to be inspected for safety reasons. Just recently, I believe it was probably about 6 months ago or so, there was somebody who came to New York State from another state and actually perished. I believe it was a mother and a child that perished in a fire. Not that this is going to be the save-all, but the idea is by identifying the short-term rentals, the Airbnbs, the bed and breakfast, and the short-term rentals, that would actually trigger a fire inspection. There'd be certain things that there are obligations that the owners would have to do as far as the fire safety, evacuation plans, and what have you. And what this law actually does is it makes the folks register them so we can make sure that they're safe. And they go on, I believe it's an annual inspection. And our code enforcement will be doing that.
If you look at the next to last page, the
Yeah,
back,
it gives you,
it gives you a whole rundown on that. On what it is.
And is this gonna cost them anything?
there'll be inspection fees associated with it. And what this will do, this law also, it identifies anybody who has, it doesn't start today forward. It starts back to anybody who has one, that's currently utilizing one, that the inspections will take place and they'll have to follow the laws. So it's not something new. I will tell you that a lot of towns have passed this law. A lot of towns are in the process of passing the same exact law. This law was written and vetted by the attorneys, and it was sent up to Ulster County Planning where they gave their comments, and there was a couple of things that we did change. Right now, because of Housing Smart and basically the inventory is very low on affordable housing, the RUPCO actually, I guess they monitor and do what they call ADU grants, and those are accessory dwelling units that you can get a grant for to put onto your house up to $112,000 to put an addition on. And what happens is you can put the addition on, but then you have to promise a low rental to the public. And that would be for a full-time rental. This law will exclude ADUs through a grant process. Everybody would be going out and getting that grant, putting on an ADU, and then renting it out on a short-term storage, and that eats up your housing. So what this actually does, this law, it protects the folks from coming in and gives them the availability to have affordable housing, not take all that affordable housing off the market. We have a lot of folks right now that are coming into town that are visiting the building department, and they're buying homes in Plattekill because they're less expensive than other communities. And what they're doing is they're actually retrofitting them, rehabbing them, and making them into Airbnbs and short-term rentals. So this law basically captures the fact that we don't want all of the places eaten up by short-term rentals. We still want affordable housing in Plattekill.
And how's it gonna stop them?
Through the law enforcement, through the code department, and when they're identified, they have to be in compliance. Any other questions? Good. All right, anybody else? Okay, I will make a motion at 7:26 to close public input on the introductory local law number 4 of 2025, regulation of short-term rentals.
Second.
So we have a motion on the floor to close public input and a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? So carry. Okay, thank you. Next, we have introductory law number 5 of 2025. And that is Town of Plattekill introductory local law prohibition of battery energy storage systems. Okay, this is another law that we put together, and a lot of towns are in the process of trying to figure this out as well. And this has to deal with large volume battery storage facilities, lithium ion based battery storage facilities, and basically this is being enacted at the town board of the town of Plattekill, County of Ulster, State of New York as follows. Section 1, legislative findings. The town board previously enacted a moratorium temporarily prohibiting the review of applications seeking approval of battery energy storage systems, BESS. The moratorium law states that the board will review the final state safety regulations and other sources pertaining to BESS prior to amending the town's land use regulations. Okay, so basically what we did, again, we went through, the law was written collaboratively with the board, and basically we sent this out also for review. We did invite fire departments in to have a conversation about this, for us also to learn more. It was probably, it's almost 2 years now that we had a committee formed.
Pretty close.
And the committee has done a lot of work. They've done a lot of research in other communities. I think you guys went to Dutchess County, Putnam County.
We went to Mayapack, there were many phone calls and.
So there was a lot of work put into this battery storage law. And basically what we did is the law was written with all the information that was given. It was vetted by the attorneys, and we sent it up to Ulster County Planning, and we followed the recommendations and changed a couple things, and this is the local law. So I will, at 7:30 p.m., open the floor for public input pertaining to the introductory local law number 5 of 2025, prohibition of battery energy storage systems. We have a motion on the floor with a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? So carry. And the board will open the floor for any questions pertaining to the battery storage. Yes, sir.
I'm concerned about, what's the problem with that? And what-
So battery storage was, it was felt that the board felt that it was a safety issue. Not only a safety, but an environmental issue. And through the research, this law does not exclude private homes from having battery storage. In other words, if you chose to have solar on your home up to a certain size, that you could have a battery set up on your home to protect yourself. What this excludes is the fact that battery energy storage in such a way that it would be 40 containers and full of batteries, a larger type setup. A lot of different places are coming in, solar farms are coming in, and they're finding that there's money available that they can build these systems. And they build them as big as they can, and believe it or not, before they even turn the switch on, they're sold. And they do it again. So it's kind of over and over and over. I don't know if you saw the news. I believe it was this morning. I was looking at the news, and there was so many things you take for granted and you don't see unless you're involved in doing something. But this morning it caught my attention that there was a dog, and it was on the camera inside the house, that the dog bit a lithium battery, and he was playing with it. And when he bit it, the moisture, I guess, in the saliva, what have you, set the house on fire. And they actually caught that on film. It was amazing.
It was in Chapel Hill, North Carolina.
Yeah, yeah. So you saw that. It was like, how crazy is that something like that could happen?
But actually, going back to these two, they catch fire, they have no way to put them out. They haven't been out long enough.
Yeah.
It spews toxic smoke into the air. Because in California, they had a few where people were locked in place like for a mile and a half. So there's been a lot of, right now there's been a lot of problems because it hasn't been out long enough for them to study everything and rectify problems.
One of the things that concerned us, and kind of right from the beginning, we did have folks come in and give a presentation when they were considering coming to Plattekill, and they were coming with quite a large facility. When they came to give their demonstration or their program or what have you, one of the things they did do is they brought a speaker with them that represented the fire suppression side of what they were trying to do. And one of the things that concerned me after 45 years being in the fire department, that one of the questions one of the board members, the planning board members, asked is, how do you put this fire out? How do you contain the fire? We were hot off the heels of a fire that happened down on the school property in Warwick. And they actually had to evacuate that property, and I believe they abandoned that property for quite a period of time before they were allowed to go back on. And then not far from there was another container that caught fire. But the representative said one word, and it still sparks my, like, what do you mean, holy cow? He was asked directly, what do you do in case of fire suppression? He said, I can answer that in one word. He said, retreat. You let it burn.
Because you can't, there's no way to put it out.
Yeah, the water actually amplifies the fire and feeds the fire. So that being said, not too long ago in Ohio, we had a train derail. And that was a huge environmental impact out in Ohio. We don't hear very much about that anymore because there's so many other things that are in the news that are selling commercials. We don't hear that. But the ramifications of the poisons and the toxins that are in the air, we felt that it was important enough to take a good, honest look at this. And like I said earlier, we've been doing this for a year and a half, more than a year and a half, and we hit the ground running way before anybody else did. And, once we turned around and people started talking about it, we said, hey, we've been on this for like 5-6 months. And I thank the committee for doing that. And they put a lot of hours in this, a lot of effort, and a lot of their own time went into this whole process. So I think it was well thought out. I think the law is beneficial. I think that it actually serves the town of Plattekill very well and protects the town of Plattekill both physically but also environmentally. It's very important.
Dean, if I could just add one thing.
Yes, sir.
The storage unit that they would propose, the power harnessed, we don't benefit from. It goes everywhere else. So we get to take on all the risk and get none of the reward. So
Good point.
That's a major.
So what you're saying is people coming in, putting these batteries in so they can sell power, is that what you're saying?
What they do is one of the companies, I don't want to point any fingers at anybody, but I will tell you this. One of the companies came in, and their proposal was they were going to put it by the high tension lines. And the idea was that they would siphon the power off of the lines during the day, and if there was a power outage, then it would reverse and the power would go back into the high tension lines. And as Councilman O'Flaherty just alluded to, it's high tension lines that are running through our community, and the homes that are directly in the proximity of these units are not going to be the ones that are going to benefit. You know, the selling point was, and I remember specifically, if you come home and it's 6 o'clock at night and the power goes out and you want to have dinner and you worked all day, the power goes out, you can still turn your light on. We can put those units here in Plattekill, commercial size units, and they are actually in boxes that are the size of truck boxes, box trucks. And basically, they're in rows, and there's quite a few of them. Those units basically put that power back into the grid system, and it may go to New York City, it may go switch over to Connecticut, it may go to New Jersey, it may go down to South Carolina. It depends on where that power is being switched to. So the benefit on that size of a facility is no benefit to Plattekill, it's a risk. The benefit still that we have, that we did not exclude, that if you have solar in your house and that's how you feel and that's what you want to do, we don't exclude that size of a unit on your personal residence. What we do exclude by this law is facilities that are large enough to burn for days and months and create a huge environmental impact.
And you know, Bobby, we depend on the water out of the ground because we don't have municipal water. And then if something like this happens, it pollutes our water. So there's a lot of factors that were taken into place by Mr. James Fazio and the committee because of where we are. And what happens on Freetown Highway when a tree comes down? We just don't have no electric. You could have tons of batteries. We still don't have no electric because the lines are in the air. And if they get knocked down, we're not gonna get no power.
All right. Anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
I'm not quite sure how I want to say this. So going.
You are?
Annette Laskowski.
Thank you, Ms. Laskowski.
You said that this law does not prevent people from having batteries on their property.
A battery storage system on their home, on their residence.
Is there like a limit to the amount?
Yes,
that a
the
person-
size of that unit, yes, and the limit would be to sustain that residence. It wouldn't be to plug into your neighbor and, everything else. It depends on the system that was established for your home. There's an equation that they use when they put solar on your house.
Does that mean that people are gonna have to have, checks? The building inspector come out and do an inspection?
Yes.
Well, yeah,
They every time you do something to your structure, your home, your property, it has to go through the building department. That's just a given. That's normal.
They actually do that right now with solar panels and
Yeah.
whatnot. They go out to every house that's having them put on.
They'll issue a permit, and then they have to get an electrical permit by a licensed electrician. There's a process.
and insurance on the riders, the whole works.
Yeah, that hasn't changed. We're not changing that. What we're changing is the prohibition of the energy storage systems, the larger facilities.
So you're saying big people are coming in, building these things you're talking about?
If they let them.
Huh?
If they let them.
I know, I'm not saying they let them,
Yeah.
I'm saying that's what you're trying to stop from happening.
We're excluding something to the size that it would be environmentally
Do we
not.
have people doing that already?
We don't have anybody who's established in town, but that's why we set the moratorium, so we could research this and do our due diligence. It would be unfair if we didn't put the moratorium on. It would be unfair for you to come and present a project and go through the process and spend however many days or months or years doing it, and then take the money out of your pocket. It would be disrespectful and unfair to say, wait a minute, you can't have that now. So what we did is, that's why we enacted the moratorium, to stop it so we can review it. And respectfully, the folks who wanted to actually do it, they have to wait. And we went through the process, and that's what brought us here today. All right?
Well, I guess the other thing we could throw in, down the road, if they come up with something that's much more safe and they could control fires and whatnot, we can also change the law to accept that stuff. It's not that everything's off the board forever.
Yeah. Everything you can go through review, and if they develop something that's more safe, more not cost effective, but safe environmentally, but also personally safe, that does make sense. Yep. Okay, anyone else? Okay, not seeing anyone, I will make a motion to close public input on the introductory law number 5 of 2025, prohibition of battery energy storage systems.
I will second that.
So we have a motion with a second to close public input. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? So carry. And Mr. Fazio, I will entertain a motion, if you so decide to make one, to approve.
To enact this law,
Yes.
I would like to make a motion to enact the battery storage law.
I'll second it.
So we have a motion on the floor to pass and act the introductory law number 5 of 2025, prohibition of battery energy storage systems, correct?
Yes.
By Councilman Fazio with a second by Councilman Hoppenstead. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carry. I would also like to make a motion that this will be filed, and this will take effect upon filing, but I would also like to make a motion that 5 days we remove the moratorium that we had put in place.
I'll second it.
So we have a motion on the floor to remove the moratorium in 5 days with a second on the floor. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? So carry. All right, thank you. New business, or I should say more business. Busy night here tonight. I'd like to set a public hearing on the budget for November 5th at 7 PM. So I will make that into a motion to set the public hearing on the budget November 5th, 7 PM.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion on the floor with a second to set the budget public hearing on November 5th, 7 PM. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? So carry. We have number 58. This is an update resolution on the JCAP grant. And basically what this is a previous grant that we approved. And this is for the court to go out and just the verbiage has changed in this a little bit. So this is an updated verbiage. Resolution number 58 of 2025, and this will be in a motion. Authorizing the Justice Grant application. So whereas the town of Plattekill Justice Court has duly prepared an application and received a grant from the Justice Assistance Program, JCAP, and the application requires both the passage of an authorization resolution by the town board and the town supervisor's signature on the application itself. Whereas the JCAP grant application specifically sets forth the items that the court can request. The Plattekill Court are requesting the following. 1, 2 desktop organizers. 2 31-inch W combo lateral files. 3, 2 66 looks like foot. I believe that's inch though. 66-inch by 72-inch rectangular L-shaped desks. 4, 141-inch H deluxe bookcase. 5, 1 Garrett super scanner V metal detector being operated by court security personnel. Whereas the justice have provided the town board with the grant application. Whereas the grant, if received, will provide at no cost to the taxpayers an amount not to exceed $30,000. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Plattekill authorizes the town court to apply for JCAP grant in the 2025-26 grant cycle for up to $5,635.99. So that is a motion for those specific items to be purchased.
Second.
So we have a motion on the floor with a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? So carry. Tiffany, does that have to be signed again, or is that good? We just needed the verbiage changed?
Yeah, no, it just needed to be changed.
Okay,
They were
good.
just really picky with the wording.
Okay, I just didn't want to pass on if we had to sign that again. We have resolution number 2025-59, number 59. So 2025 expenditure of capital reserve funds. So this is going to be a resolution to spend the capital reserve funds And this is for the copier machine from Allstate Business Systems that we approved at the last meeting. And this is the Konica Minolta BizHub 55 1i. And the total purchase price was $8,995. So, this resolution, 2025, number 59, 2025 expenditure of capital reserve funds. I'd like to make a motion, whereas the town board of the town of Plattekill has approved to spend up to $8,995 from the general fund building equipment repair and facility reserve fund. Whereas this is necessary for the purchase of the Konica Minolta BizHub 55 LI copier for the town hall. Now therefore be it resolved by the town board of the town of Plattekill, Ulster County, to purchase the Konica Minolta BizHub 55 LI copier, 2,500 sheets, paper feed, console, document finisher, and a relay unit, fax kit, and work table for the town hall. Be it further resolved, this will be funded subject to a permissive referendum by the use of up to $8,995 from the general fund balance equipment repair and facility reserve fund.
Second.
So we have a motion on the floor to pay the bill with a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? So carried. Thank you. Next, we have resolution number 60 of 2025. So this is 2025 expenditure of capital reserve funds. So I will make a motion that the town board of the town of Plattekill has approved to spend up to $7,175 from the general fund building equipment repair and facility reserve fund. Whereas this is necessary for the purchase of the municipal building / fire safety module approved at the board, at the budget meeting on October 7th, 2025. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the town board of the town of Plattekill, Ulster County, to purchase the municipal building / fire safety module, including the setup, configuration, testing, confirmation, and training for the building department. Be it further resolved, this funding will be this will be funded subject to the permissive referendum by the use of up to $7,175 from the general fund building equipment repair and facility reserve fund. That is the motion.
Second.
We have a motion on the floor with a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? So be it. Okay, let's see. The last thing I have under number 7 for business is we have, I would like to make a motion to close the public comments period for the 2025 MS4 and let everyone know that total report is available on our computer, or on our website. On computer, you can print it out, but I will tell you it's probably about 600 pages. It's quite extensive and quite long. So that's a motion to close the public comment for the 2025 MS4 report.
Second.
A motion on the floor with a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carry. Okay, at this time, I would like to make a motion at, 7:45. To open public input.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor to open public input with a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? So carry. Okay, folks, it's your time to shine. Yes, ma'am.
Mary Ann DePew. On behalf of the Veterans Committee, I would like to thank everyone, Tiffany, you as well, for all the help getting the approvals, the licenses, the permits from DOT and Verizon and Central Hudson. And we're just about ready to roll. So this is a big accomplishment, and we're gonna start that pretty soon.
Who can they contact for that? Is it on the website?
Carol or I.
Okay. So we'll make sure that that's available on the website as well as our Facebook page. So if folks would like to look that up, the banners, we have one on display in the back of the room, and they are actually awesome. So we will be putting them up as soon as we get a few of them together. And I believe we already have people that are in the motion of going ahead and getting them. All right, thank you. Yes,
Is there?
Ms. Laskowski,
Mrs.
yes.
When can we expect the preliminary budget?
Preliminary budget, what is the date on that?
I have to look. Hold on.
We're still doing the budget hearings right now. We're still in the tentative,
That's when the notice will be in the paper, you'll have it.
Thank you.
yeah. So right now, we're doing the tentative budget. We haven't even gone through all the department heads yet and had all, we're probably I believe we're through 4 of them so far. But we will be going through them and probably again, after we go make one cycle and make corrections or what have you. But we will be going through them quite often. When will that be due, the preliminary?
She said by October 30th.
Okay. Yep.
So you're saying that you, I was reading your minutes from the October 1st meeting,
Yes.
in which you were approving certain numbers. So are you, once you?
I'm not understanding what you're saying, approving certain numbers in regards to what?
Sorry about that. On the first page, it says, town budget approved by town board, 82,000, and then a couple of places you reduced it, the amount.
Was this one of the budget meetings that we had? Is that what you're talking to?
October 1st, October 7th.
Is that one of the budget meetings that you're talking about? Okay. So, what is that in regards to? Which department?
Says it on the top.
Personnel, we'll start with that.
Well, personnel is the actual
Okay.
section, but what is the actual title of that department?
First page top,
First
Here, I
page
have it.
top.
no?
Oh, the
It's building department.
A3620.1?
Building department? So what it is,
Okay. I got it.
yeah, it should say right on there. So what that is you'll see reductions. When we go in there, keep in mind, everybody, the pitchforks and lanterns come out every time this time of year when you talk about the tentative budget. And folks have to understand the tentative budget is a wish list. So the letter goes out to all the department heads. And when that letter goes out, it is a request for them to give their budget request to the supervisor's office. And what ends up happening is all the folks get together and there's certain things that they are obligated to provide. There's certain contractual items that we have no say on what it costs we have to pay. There's obligations that we have salaries that are obligations, we have so many different items that go up and down, we have electric items that go up and down, we have medical insurance that goes up and down, we have the Medicare, unemployment, retirement, there's a ton. And on top of all of that, there's requests that departments would like to have. There's training. We'd never really want to cut the training. Training to me is paramount. And what ends up happening is when they put in their tentative budget, their wish list, then we meet with them and we look at what has to be paid and we look at them, where can we cut? And that's what we look at. And that's probably what you're alluding
My
to.
question is, that we'll use the building department.
Yes.
You spoke with him, you had your numbers, et cetera. At the very bottom, it says total budget approved by the town board, $74,355.94. For dog control, you took away $2,000. So after you meet with them, are you agreeing on a number that will go into the preliminary budget?
No.
Not until the preliminary budget comes out. Those are the things that we look at and we start making adjustments. But we do have the opportunity to go back and still look at more.
So these numbers could change?
Yes, oh, absolutely. It's still tentative. It's tentative until it becomes preliminary.
I understand that, but since it said that the town board approved it, I was just wondering if those were going to.
No, it's approved in that stage of the tentative process. It's approved at that meeting in other words, what ends up happening is we don't want to leave there and the town board thinking, oh, we just cut this budget, just a number, we cut this budget $100. And then the department head leaves there and says, they gave me an extra $100. So what ends up happening is, it's checks and balances. Do we agree? Do we understand? If you watch those films, which I'm sure you do, what we do is we ask questions. What do you feel we can cut? Do you need $10? Can we do this for $7.50? Do you need $100? Do you have to have? Yes, we do. We really, oh, wait a minute, we made a mistake. We're obligated to $125. That happens also. So that budget is a living document until it becomes a preliminary. Tentative means simply that, tentative.
I have a lot of trouble watching the YouTube meetings. So, no, I haven't gotten through a whole one yet.
But you gotta also understand that we look at what was spent the year before. And that's why we ask those questions.
In some cases, up to 3 years.
Yeah, and some up to 3 years.
Yeah.
But we look at that, and if it wasn't used, we ask, why do you still continue to ask for this if it wasn't used?
My real question was, the numbers that you approved on these meetings, were you gonna go over them again, or was that what it's gonna be? And
No,
you're saying
we're gonna go over,
We
we'll
go
be
over
going
them.
over them
Going
again,
over everything.
yes.
That was the question.
And this was the answer.
Anything else?
I can't think of anything at the moment.
Okay. Anyone else? No one else. Okay, I will make a motion to close, well, is there anything else, any other topics or anything for public input? I don't want to be disrespectful. Okay, not seeing anyone. I will make a motion to close public input at 7:55 PM.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor to close public input at 7:55 PM. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye? Opposed? So carry. There is no transfers, but we do have vouchers. We do have to pay the bills. Okay, I will make a motion to approve the vouchers. I, Supervisor Depew, make a motion to pay the voucher detail report dated October 15th, 2025, which includes the A, General Fund in the amount of $38,405.88. The DA Highway Fund in the amount of $25,014.56. The Clintondale Lighting District in the amount of $1,010.75. And the Modena Lighting District in the amount of $1,830.41. This would be for a grand total of $66,261.60. Recognizing that the Audit Committee has reviewed the claims and found them acceptable for payment. So that is a motion with a second to pay the bills. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? So carry. At this time, I would like actually to ask Mr. Castillo to give us an update on our sidewalk at the
I
park.
got a call from Local 17 that they have no one to put the sidewalk at the park now. They want to schedule it for April. And they guaranteed me that they would be doing it in April.
So that is a sidewalk that we approved to put in, and Local 17 volunteered their manpower to come in and do that.
And right
we
now
did
they're-
have a
they're
couple of
swamped with
donations.
work.
Yeah, which is a good thing. So, we do have other donations. Councilman O'Flaherty set up, I think, some rebar and some metal work for it.
He could tell them that it'll be in April.
Yep. So the anticipation is to have that sidewalk go from the parking lot to the pavilion.
Yes.
And it would be plenty wide enough for wheelchair accessibility. It will be all to ADA compliant.
Yes.
With the grades and everything else. So we're looking forward to that addition in the park. And we are also looking at other grants to expand different options or I should say opportunities in the park. So that is a good thing. So at this time, I will ask Councilman Hoppenstead, do you have any questions?
Nope.
Councilman Fazio?
Nope, everything's good.
No questions, comments, concerns? Councilman Castillo? Any questions, comments, concerns?
I would like to say that I feel good that Mr. Fazio and the committee did a great job on the battery storage. They put a lot of time in it, and I'm glad that they accomplished what they did.
Thanks, Willie.
Yep, very good. Councilman O'Flaherty?
No, sir, can't follow that.
Okay, and
I know you're not gonna believe this.
I don't believe it. Sarah Nelson, our town clerk extraordinaire.
Local law number 4, unless I missed it.
The short-term
I
rentals.
You
do
missed it.
not see that you motioned to open it and close it, but I don't have a motion
Oh.
to pass it.
We did not go to pass it. I thought we did.
I could have missed it. But I don't have it written down.
I'll make a motion, we pass.
Oh, hang on. I thought I made that motion. I thought Willie seconded it.
I thought so.
I have you making the motion to close it and Willie seconded it, but not to pass.
I actually did a Dean and Willie twice on that. But I will,
I could have totally missed it then.
so let's go back and do it officially. And actually, Councilman Hoppenstead jumped right on that. I thank you. So let's go back to what number were we?
Short-term rental.
4, under the short-term rental. Okay, so just backtrack a little bit. So I will make a motion to backtrack to the introductory law number 4 of 2025, and that would be for the regulation of short-term rental. So in revisiting this, just to verify and confirm, I will accept the motion to accept this short-term rental.
I'll make a motion, we accept introductory law number 4, regulation of short-term rentals.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor, and I will second that motion. And I will ask all in favor? Aye. Opposed? So carried. All right, thank you. That is confirmed that our introductory law number 4 of 2025, regulation of short-term rentals, has passed. Okay, thank you very much for catching that. And now I will ask our town clerk, Ms. Nelson, you have any comments, questions, concerns?
Nope.
All right, I thank you very much for all you do. And at this time, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. So I guess I'll make that motion to adjourn at
And I'll second
8:02
it.
PM with a second from Councilman Castillo. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? So carried. All right, thank you.
I'm gonna put it on now, so I can do, are you around tomorrow?
Tomorrow. What do we see? Mañana is, I don't know, the doctor's at 11.
What time you get up?